Hello and welcome back to the on the rest of my answering edition of NXT Out of 10. And yeah, one of the big shows of the night, it was part 1 of Halloween Havoc, and yeah, lots of important matches on it. We had Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria for the women's title. Roxanne Perez was in a big match to kick off the show, and much more, including the NXT tag title on the line. But we started things off with a doubles playground, Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James. Perez getting the victory in this intense match, which was mostly contested at the ringside. They probably used the businesswoman's bag with a brick inside of it before finishing her revival off with the pot rocks. This was a smooth ball, much cleaner than it looks to be on paper. Perez was clearly in the driver's seat, moving action from some fun set pieces. While it could have been bigger, it's a solid start to the show. Perez picks up an important win that will continue to propel her back to the top of the women's division. James loses nothing here as she's working out of her own in Devil's Playground. If anything, she continues to look better with each performance, solidifying calls for a call-up sooner rather than later. So yeah, I thought it was a solid start to the show. Perez gets a big win, but I think, yeah, like I say, James probably won't be massively affected by it, and yeah, just a good match. Before it's time for Lexis King versus Dante Chen. After beating down Chen throughout the match, Lexis King, formerly known as Brian Pillman, of course, in AEW, hit a swinging DDT off the second rope to take the win. This is a fairly standard squash match. King's a more polished than typical newcomer, but also has high expectations due to his pedigree in AEW and, of course, his family lineage. The 30-year-old has a chance to establish himself as a big name, chanting, of course, similar to what he thought as a new era of the brand develops. No one truly knows what his full potential is yet, and yeah, maybe not convinced about the gimmick, but I think we'll have to see where it goes as he separates from his late father, Brian Pillman. So yeah, I thought it worked nicely, this squash match, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. 6 out of 10. Before it's time for the women's breakout tournament, Kalani Jordan versus Ariana Grace. Jordan elbowed Grace off the top rope and then hit a split leg in a moonsault to seal their win. This was a solid showing from two up-and-coming talents in NXT. Well, Jordan seemed to hold back, working at Grace's pace. They built the drama together in a ring to a memorable home stretch. This is not a match that we'll seek out, but it serves as a sign that NXT has multiple interesting female wrestlers to watch among its next generation of stars. Jordan winning was predictable. She said it probably beat Lola Vice in the final as the most ready-made women's division. So yeah, I thought it worked quite nicely. Gets a 5 out of 10 from me. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just not getting massively into this breakout tournament. So yeah, it's a 5 out of 10. I thought the right winner here, but not that enamoured by the match in the tournament. The family then took on Chase U, and after a competitive battle, JC Jane tried to get Andre Chase to cheat to win. While he refused, Jane got an accident bomb off the apron that distracted Tony D for a sunset flip to seal the upset victory. It's a fun match to watch. The action was fast and heavy. Chase U and the family completed like top teams, delivering for a raucous crowd that was invested. While it was a shame to see his family lose the gold so soon, this one had been coming for Chase U for a long while. One of the best stories in NXT. This group has got over through sheer dedication to the gimmick. It was especially good to see Duke Hudson finally win a big one. He had a rocky road in WWE since only 3.5 years ago, but it's all come together in the past year, and what they've done here, yeah, you can't say that they deserve it. A really fun match. Chase U getting the win, absolutely huge for them, and yeah, big news for them. But I'm kind of hope the family continue momentum because yeah, they're great. But I'm just pleased for Chase U because yeah, they deserve it. But moving on into the lights out, Blair Davenport versus Gigi Dolan match. Blair Davenport was more of an element than physical contender. She sent Gigi off the announce table through a table at ringside with a Falcon Arrow and followed out with a short arm knee smash for the win. This was the first part of the night that did not work. Too much time was spent setting up shots. Probably affected by the dark lighting. That's a shame because the action was solid. The two clicked much more in the setting than they did in the first encounter. If they had focused on brutalising each other in the ring, then rather than focusing on setting up tables at ringside, this could have been a breakout match, and for both. Davenport needs to win, and she remains one of the most interesting stars in the division. She needs credibility before she can step up to a top star coming down like Becky Lynch. But yeah, for me, did it really work? No. Was the right winner here? Yes. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It wasn't terrible, but I just felt like it could have been a bit more. It was then time for Lola Vice versus Petrovic in the breakout tournament. Petrovic brought the fight to Vice throughout, but it was an opponent who took her down with a roundhouse kick to win. Jordan confronted Vice afterwards. This was shorter than it should have been, and Petrovic got her time to stand out. But yeah, that was about it really. They did come at Vice's expense. The two were mostly hitting moves rather than working in tandem. The most obvious result happened as Vice dominated the field. However, she has yet to really compete. She will have to compete against Jordan next week, which should be a good match. But yeah, at this point I'd say Jordan is ready for a title shot more than Vice is, but yeah, still not convinced about the tournament. I thought the way they did it, kind of putting emphasis on the loser. For me, yeah, it just didn't really work here. 5 out of 10. Before it's time for the women's championship match, Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. Lynch continues to get frustrated as Valkyria tested her time and time again in the main event. The man went for a second manhandle slam, but the Valkyrie flipped it into a surprise stack up to steal the victory. Lynch struggled to deal with her emotions afterwards, but she handed back to her challenger and hugged her. This was star-making performance. Valkyria seemed to genuinely have the number of the man. showing how much she's countered her over the years. She countered Lynch's best shot with precision. It was a dramatic contest that built to one of the more shocking near falls of the year as Valkyrie was ready to kick out the manhandle slam. NXT must carry this forward to let the best ring performer in the brand fly. She has a host of exciting challenges coming up, and next month can define her for the brand. Lynch did so much more in a short period of time to stock of the women's title. WWE should let Valkyrie just look good on a Raw as well as NXT, because I thought this was brilliant. Star-making performance for Valkyrie. Like I say, Lynch did brilliant putting her over. And Valkyrie and the title's just been elevated so much. Worked really, really well. This was brilliant stuff. Overall, NXT this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. A really good episode of NXT for my money. Really enjoyed it from start to finish. Pretty much, I thought the main event was brilliant. The tag title changing hands as well worked really nicely. I thought some bits, maybe the breakup I'm not convinced by, but the other stuff, I thought it was all pretty good. But anyways, that's it for you. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Next time for daily wrestling news. Subscribe to the channel, it's really greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.